Okay, so there you go, two-piece graphics. I wonder how they look on the tank. I'm fixing up an xr600r, and I'm going to go with all red on there, plastics, and I got a 2000 XR tank, which is pretty nice, but one side of it didn't have any graphics at all. So I bought a set of graphics for the tank. And I didn't know when I bought them, these are for an XR400. They're gigantic. Tank graphics. Love them or hate them. Personally, I've never been a fan of any stickers because they leave a residue and a glue. I started peeling this one off. Even though I'm not a fan of stickers, I'm going to apply new tank graphics to this 2000 tank. It's a 2000 xr600r tank, and I already started to peel off here. It's not that easy to do. The original tank graphics have some blistering underneath them, but they weren't coming off, they were just in bad shape. And then the other side is completely missing. The original Honda graphics are a two-piece unit above the seam and below the seam, so I have concerns about that regarding my installation, which is one piece. So they say that graphics won't stick to a plastic tank, but I wanted to get some graphics for it and dress this red thing up a bit. Preparation is the key. Okay, what you see here, I'm trying to remove the old adhesive with rubbing alcohol, and it's not completely cutting it. But we're going to try some acetone next. Acetone is removing the adhesive. Sure would have been nice if the original graphics were in good shape. In the few videos that I've watched, they mentioned to take down the edge of a seam. If you have one, you want to make this as minimal as possible. One thing about the graphics that I've got is they cover the whole darn side of the tank. I don't even really like how they come up here so much. I actually have to cut them a little smaller. These are the perforated graphics. I'm going to have to make a custom template for each side because this side's got the gas petcock. They're a little bit different than each other. Okay, looking at this, I think I'm going to have to cut the new vinyl in two and make a separate lower portion and a separate upper portion. this seam is just too much to try to span. Certainly I want to make it as good as it can be and have the stickers hold on, but it's never going to be like a new tank. Buffing it out might work a little better with this particular wheel. I've got some alcohol here. Okay, well, I've run the wheel on there. Here's the right side. I'm just not gonna get it back to new plastic, I know that. You know, truthfully, I don't know why you would make or want a white dirt bike. You're just gonna get it dirty. Trying to make the best of it, but it's pretty far gone away from new. I'm gonna make some templates to help me resize these big old graphics. I don't know how well this is going to work. So the plan was to trace out the contours of the tank edges onto paper so I can transfer that to the graphics. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm not done trying yet. See, because I need to cut my graphics into two pieces. I'm not going to put them on over the seam. I'm going to cut the graphics inboard of the actual edge by somewhere near a 1/4 inch, less than that actually. I've got the seam to here, from here to here, pretty good. It's invisible along this area. And it makes a bit of a swoop right here, which is undefined. Tank graphics. I tried. I was determined to make them fit, but due to this contour, the fact that I'm going to have to cut them, I'm just going to go with the original type. You can get OEM ones that are going to be two-piece, and if they're not exact, they're pretty close. So it's back to the drawing board to get some real OEM 600 graphics. So that didn't go so well. I stopped short of cutting those down at all, and I just put them aside. I didn't realize until I started looking for a different set of graphics that those were XR400 graphics and not XR600 graphics. So my whole project sat aside for a little while I looked for the proper ones, and I searched high and low to get proper XR600 graphics. And the original graphics come in two-piece, and online you can get these two-piece ones that look like a 2000, but when I got them, they were one-piece and they came like this, and I don't know how you fit those on. So I returned those, and I called Factory Effects directly, and their guy showed me this set, which I declined to purchase. I did buy this set, which, yeah, they're more like they should be, but they're only one piece. And I bought this other set as a backup, knowing I was going to have to cut a set down. In order to cut my graphics and make them two-piece, I'm making a template off of the sticker off of my 96. I've got a tracing going on here, and I'm going to transfer that to the new stickers. Okay, so I've traced the right and left side, and when you compare those, they're not even the same size. I find that hard to believe since this left side has a better tracing. So what I'm going to do then is tape both new sets of graphics back to back onto the left side and just cut the whole thing as one piece. The two will be cut the same at least. I've got both sets of graphics taped together back to back on the stencil, and on the other side I've highlighted where I'm going to make the cut. Here's the scary part, because there's no turning back. Kind of wish my scissors were sharper. I have another set of graphics if this doesn't work. Close enough. Okay, so there you go, two-piece graphics. I wonder how they look on the tank. So the hardest part about doing this has been, camera hog, has been deciding where to cut this and exactly how to fit it. Seems like the tank is not equal proportions right and left. I cut the two cuts as a pair, and it's hard to line things up. I just installed one. One of the considerations in my mind was this being equal, since you're going to be looking down at it all the time. And it remains to be seen, because we still have one to go. In the end, in some ways, I kind of just went for it. You know, I had to pull it back up a couple times to get what I wanted out of it. And it's hard to tell. Got some marks here which are pretty true. This is the first side I laid out, and then I found the other side didn't fit. So I ended up pulling one way and the other one the other way to split the difference, and they look pretty even over there. But it's awful hard to get fitting within the parameters here you need to, following this cut I've made and meeting up on top. Deemed as the most important thing is to have the top looking symmetrical. Of course, the top is important. All four sides are very important. I have some marks here on the top. And let's just kind of get that started and see that so I'm just above the crease in the tank here, and it looks like I'll fit fine if I just peel back from there. Looks like we're going to have to lift up something. Keep your fingerprints off of here as best as possible. See what I mean? This is a pain in the ass here. I still didn't get the darn paper behind out of the way enough. Awfully hard to do here. I'm just glad that the bottom's sticking good. Okay, so I've attached that again. Let's see if we can get this damn paper out of here. If you have to pull these things up, it's not the end of the world. So, at some point you're going to feel comfortable with it and want to start rolling it out. It's going to be somewhat smooth sailing from here, I hope. I've got kind of a bad area going on here, but I think we can get that. You know, I can sense that any excess you have in the way of kind of a air pocket certainly expires right out these perforations. They tell you to use a credit card on here. My concerns are here. You need to match up these letters. So this can go close to the top of the seam. When I cut this, I did not cut a piece out. I merely made one cut. I'm going with that. Okay, so we got an end mark. And we got a top line. I'm going to go ahead and kind of heat these up one more time and kind of roll over them with something. I'm going to set the glue. I'm using my other hand here to see how hot I'm putting down to the surface. I am pretty happy with the way that they look on there. Let's see how they hold up. And I've got a backup set for the day when I have to redo them.